On today's episode of Lions Live, we'll explore a recently introduced class at LHS this year. Following that, we'll provide updates on our winter sports.
After that, we'll dive into our Teacher Feature segment, and to wrap it all up, we'll spotlight some of our New Year's resolutions here at LHS.
Welcome back to Lions Live. I'm Emily Alvarado.
And I'm Braden Vickery. Starting today's episode, Victor will guide us through the newly launched drone class available to students at LHS. He will discuss the class's content and what students can gain from participating in it.
Hello Lions, I'm here today to find out about a new class that happened this year. It's called Introduction to Unmanned Flight. The teacher, Mr. Buford, was a commercial pilot and a flight instructor for several years. I'm going to interview some students to learn more about this class today. And I'm here with
Avery.
I'm here with
Brayden Hargraves.
Alright, I'm here with
Josh Stanley.
What inspired you to get in this career?
Since I was 12, I love to learn about space. I love to learn about aircraft and aviation.
The thing that inspired me to get into this field with drones is with surveying, there's a new field of opportunity out there with drone surveying where you can fly around bridges and it takes like photographs of it and it like takes measurements with it, and that's what inspired me to get into this field.
A lot of the law enforcement opportunities that it comes with.
Do you plan to pursue this in your future?
I do plan on pursuing it. I plan on possibly becoming a pilot for a hire company soon.
Yes, I do plan to pursue this outside of school along with surveying, because I plan on going to Tyler Junior College to where I can get my surveying degree and where I can continue surveying, and then I can also incorporate drones within surveying.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice career. I like it.
And what's the most interesting you did in this class?
I think the most interesting thing we did in this class is we got to fly the drones, and also I found interesting is studying the performance and how they work.
Thank you for this interview.
I say probably the most interesting thing in this class is how drone flying ties in with aviation, with all the laws and regulations inside of aviation, where you have to learn the weather patterns and how to read the things that you have to read to be able to know if you can fly that day or not.
Definitely the flying, a lot of the photography too, but we don't do much photography, so.
Wow, what a cool class. If you're interested, make sure to put this in your class schedule next year. Back to you, Brian and Emily.
Thank you, Victor. Can you believe that now, since we're seniors, they want to start having cool classes like that?
I know, but let's continue to something that's always been around. Donnie and Jaden will now provide us with the update of our winter sports and fill us in with the latest stats.
Hey Lions, it's Jaden, and I'll be giving you an update on the Lady Lions sports. Starting off, the girls basketball had some tough losses against Hampshire Finette and Hardin Jefferson. The lead scorer for both games was Corinne Henderson with 8 points and 13 points. Be sure to come out and support our girls today at home against West Fork. The girls varsity soccer went to Hudson for their annual tournament. The girls had one tough loss against Jasper, however won against Mejia 8-0, Center 2-1, and Diboll 8-0. The top scorers for Lady Lions were Veronica Villanueva with 9 goals and Caitlin Shirley with 4 goals. The girls' next game will be at New Waverly, January 23rd.
On January 5th, the Lions had an unfortunate loss against the Huffman-Hargrave Falcons. Despite the loss, there were some good stats as well. Senior Jaden Randolph had a 12-point game and also recorded 5 steals. The steals were also flying around as Terrence Gray and Zykus Gardner recorded 5 as well. The Lions were seeking to take down Hampshire Finette on January 9th. The boys had a roaring first half as they were beating the 14th ranked team in Texas. The Longhorns would eventually pull away in the end. Despite the loss, the boys fought hard. Zykus Gardner had 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. Jaden Randolph held his own in the paint as he had 15 rebounds. Before tip-off, the seniors were introduced in the community as it was their senior night for the boys. Our varsity seniors are Jaden Randolph, Peyton Hathaway, Terrence Gray, Jabari Carter, Jonathan McNeil, Tyrell Fagan, and Nick Hancock. We at Lions Live would like to congratulate all the seniors. Good luck in the future. After a freeze that delayed game day from January 16th to the 17th, the boys showed zero signs of fatigue as they battled to a 45-44 win against the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks. Livingston's very own Zykus Gardner had a game to remember as he had 18 points as well as 16 rebounds. Way to go, boys. The boys soccer team traveled to play in the Huffman tournament where they finished first place. They also traveled to the Madison tournament where they finished third. Good luck to the boys as they play in the tournament this weekend. Now, back to Braden and Emily.
Thank you, Donnie and Jaden, for keeping us posted. But one thing they forgot to mention is that our very own Braden Vickery is one of the top 10 players in the state.
Doesn't count if I'm not number one, but thanks. Next, Uriah will conduct an interview with one of our U.S. history teachers and one of our world geography teachers, offering us a chance to learn a little about their backgrounds and uncover some intriguing details about them.
I'm Uriah.
And I'm Jack New.
And we're here with...
I'm Coach Brister.
Coach Barry.
And we'll be asking them some questions. Y'all ready to get started? Yeah. Alright, so first question I have for y'all. What did y'all do before teaching?
Well, I was in the U.S. Army. I also did a whole bunch of odds and end jobs and went to school, basically.
Before I started teaching, I worked retail, sales, and work outside sales after I graduated from Ole Miss. That's about as far back as if you want to go further back, we can
go
back to the Brownwood line lineage and all that stuff.
No, that's a good answer.
So what inspired each of y'all to coach?
Probably... I'd have to say it was probably the coaches I had. I mean, you had some great coaches that taught you life lessons using sports, or you had coaches that inspired you to achieve greatness, or you had coaches that really took an interest in you and showed you how to be, a student or a man or an athlete or anything like that. And then when I first started coaching in Texas, I just had a great mentor in the head coach that I was coaching with, and he really taught me a lot of the ins and outs and stuff. And so it just made me want to keep going.
Well, I was back in, I think about 1985, maybe 86. I was working retail like I was talking about, and I'd graduated from college in 84. I was working with this kid, big kid, pretty good athlete, and he was throwing about 100 feet in the discus. And in the next meet, he comes back. I said, well, how'd you throw it? He said, I threw 140, coach. And I went, well, that's a significant improvement. And I said, I think I'd like to do this for a living. I'd like to be a coach.
How has being a teacher and a coach affected your job and life?
Well, being a teacher hasn't really affected it all that much, but being a coach and being such a visible presence within the community, you get recognized everywhere you go. And so you can't go to a store or to a restaurant or out to Walmart or Target or anywhere without all of a sudden hearing, coach, coach, coach. And so you're easily recognized in the community. So privacy is not so much a guarantee that you're going to get, because everybody's going to know who you are. And everybody's going to be watching and looking and, just a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, when I started coaching, I didn't live in the same town, so it wasn't so much the kids knew me. I lived in Nacogdoches and I was coaching the Alto. But when I moved to Cold Spring and I lived in the town, it was like what Coach is talking about. And then here, it's my 16th year here, it's just like I can go basically anywhere and there's going to be somebody who's going to know who I am. I mean, it doesn't matter, where I go. If it could be a church or Walmart or H-E-B or the baseball fields or soccer, or just anywhere you go, people are going to recognize you. You have to kind of venture out a little bit before people are not going to see you. The golf course especially, stuff like that. Wherever you are a lot, people recognize you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Almost like being like a small town celebrity for all the kids
Yes.
that go to high school. Question I think that we have here, what's a piece of advice that y'all have for future generations?
My advice is, I have a saying in my room, and it's one of my favorites, and it's, don't look at the height of the mountain, just attack the climb. Life is going to be difficult. Life is going to be hard. And if it's worth getting, it's going to be hard. So you're going to have to be determined to get it. And there's no right place to start. There's no right way to start. Just get in and start. Just go. And before you know it, you're going to be at the top of that mountain, looking out over the valley, and you're going to look back and you're going to say, oh, okay, well, that wasn't that hard. I was making something larger than what it actually was. So just don't look at how hard something is. Just get in and go.
Yeah, I've got 2 rules in my classroom. One of them says behave, the other says work. And I've got 3 kids, and the last 2 graduated with a 4.0. I'm not saying it had anything to do with me, but I told them, I said, y'all go in there and behave and work. You know, God's giving you a certain amount of ability, a certain amount of smarts. Just do what you need to do. But if you'll behave and work, then things kind of come around pretty fair most of the time, as long as you have a good attitude towards things.
Even work.
Some pretty good advice. Well, thank y'all for doing this interview.
Well, you're welcome.
I think the main thing we need to take from that is that if you have Coach Brister or Coach Barry, that you better make sure to have a good attitude.
Finally, Josie and Sil will be asking students and staff about their New Year's resolutions and see who has stuck with them so far.
I'm Sloan.
And I'm Josie.
And today we're heading to the halls to find out your New Year's resolutions.
I'm here with
Miss Swan.
Okay, and what are your New Year's resolutions?
To get my life together.
Okay, and we are on day 12 of the new year, so how's it going so far?
It's not.
Okay. Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Yes.
What is it?
Be a better person.
Okay, and we're on day 12 of the new year, and how's that going?
Going good so far.
You're being nice?
Somewhat.
Did you make any New Year's resolutions this year?
I did become more organized.
That's good. Okay, and we're 12 days in, and how is that going?
12 days in, it's going pretty good, and I'm starting to keep everything tidy, and stay on top of everything.
Do you make any New Year's resolutions for this year?
I want to weigh 190 pounds.
Okay, so we're 12 days into the new year. How's that going?
I have gained like 3 pounds.
Okay, that's good. Did you make any New Year's resolutions for this year?
Yes, I did.
And what were they?
To learn German.
Oh, interesting. Okay, we're 12 days into the new year, and how is that going?
Wo ist die Katze?
Wow. What does that mean?
Where's the cat?
Okay, so progress?
Hello, this is Sarah Eggy coming to you live from the A Hall, and we are with
Donnie Goki.
Okay, Donnie Goki, do you have any New Year's resolutions for this year?
Yeah, my New Year's resolution is to stay more responsible because I'm going to Sam Houston and I'm about to take on a lot of responsibilities. So I'm gonna try and be more responsible, organized, and overall be a good adult.
That's really good, Axum Jacks. So we're 12 days in. How is it going with being more organized?
Doing great. I'm overall seeing a good improvement, and I'm excited to eat 'em up cats.
Did you make any New Year's resolutions this year?
I did.
What is it?
To
read the Bible.
Did you make any New Year's resolutions?
I did.
What were they?
My New Year's resolution was to make straight A's in my English class.
Okay, that's a good goal to have. And we are on day 12 of the new year, so how do you think it's going so far?
It's going pretty good. I'm on track.
That's good.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions for this year?
I would say finish out building our house.
Okay, so we're 12 days in, and how's that going?
We got a lot of work done. We got more timber for it and all that, so we're just really setting up the walls and the frames to get all the plastic.
Okay. Did you make any New Year's resolutions?
I sure did.
What were they?
I was going to give up caffeine.
Okay, we are on day 12 of 2024, so how's that going for you? Okay.
Well, I'm just like Miss Heath. I don't have a New Year's resolution because I never followed through with it.
Maybe we should all just quit our New Year's resolution. That's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to stay caught up on the LISD Facebook and YouTube channel.
We'll see you next time on Lions Live.